Hello YouTube, this is Kelly. This is my week 10 and 11 because at week 10 I couldn't do a recording because we didn't have power. The hurricane hit Long Island and we were out of power for 4 days. Not fun, especially with two kids. So, this is probably going to be one of the toughest videos that I've done because I feel like there's been a lot of self-discovery and self-realization the last 2 weeks. So forgive me if I jump around. I did make notes, and hopefully you guys will be able to understand and follow. So I started my journey at 265 pounds, went into surgery approximately 255. After surgery, I was 240. Week 10, I was up 3 pounds at 243. Had my period. We all know what happens there. And week 11, down 1 pound at 242. Now, the irony of it is I could have been down 3 pounds, but I had a family party for Labor Day yesterday, and of course I ate. So there went the 2 pounds that I worked so hard all week for, gone. But again, I'm going to talk about that throughout. So I think the start of the self-discovery, I mean, don't get me wrong, I try and pride myself on being a very honest, direct, and upfront person. A lot of people are intimidated by that. Many people don't like it. They're taken back by it. But I feel like life is too short to play games, and I always like to know where I stand. So I don't have time to play games. So I watch videos as much as I can, and you all know that I'm back to work. So on my lunch hour, I work out, but on my breaks, I'll watch videos, or I get into work a little early, I'll watch videos. And I was watching Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I was watching Sally. And it was funny because the question this week was about excess skin and plastic surgery, yet the message that I got from her was feeling like I'm worth it. That was the big quote-unquote message that I kept thinking about. You know, we're always coming from our own experiences, so Sally talked about hers. But for me, I just kept getting the message, how important am I to me? I've been working so hard. I've been working out. Time has been a huge issue for me. With the hurricane, my job has declared a state of emergency, and I've been working a lot of overtime. I worked Friday 10 hours, Saturday 12 hours, Sunday 10 hours, today 10 hours, you know, and first day of school is tomorrow. I haven't seen my kids all weekend, and I'm just now at 8:30 at night coming home and getting all their stuff together after I put them to bed and prepping everything for the first day of school. But that's life, and I feel like I now have to reestablish priorities. Since I decided to have this surgery, I believe I've made my health a priority. But when I'm faced with time constraints like this, I struggle because my kids don't even see me. I'm not giving them quality time. I'm squeezing in workouts on my lunch hour and stuff, and I'm not getting a whole lot of sleep. It's a struggle for me. But that's life. Again, it is what it is. You know, I often think about how many health issues that I have, and my weight being a huge part of it. Now, again, it's a catch-22 because my health issues cause the heavy weight, but, you know, it's got to stop somewhere. I think I've talked about I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have a thyroid condition. I have diabetes. I've had 3 surgeries in the last year, and I'm about to enter into a 4th. You know, I'm 39 years old, and I feel like that's a surgical resume of a 60-year-old. And I hope I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. I just feel like, or I've been frustrated at times where I love to be active, and I'm an athlete, and the things that I feel inside and the way I define myself is now very different from the way other people view me. And don't get me wrong, you know, I've always been the kind of person that what matters is how I feel and the rest can go scratch, and thank goodness I still feel that way, but I am human. And it does affect me when people judge me by my size. You know, I see it all the time, and it does hurt sometimes. So I think the things that I've been addressing with myself is I've been thinking about the weekend food monster. How I'm good all week and I seem to self-sabotage on the weekends. Or when I see that I have a week that I've had a loss, somewhere mentally I said, well, I've had a loss, so I can now have that. I am a food addict. And I just never realized how deep that ran and how serious it is. You know, 10, 11 weeks post-op, time is going by. You know, before you know it, I'll be doing a video that I'm 6 months post-op, 10 months post-op. So if I can continue to stay on track and I can lose a pound a week, half a pound a week, 2 pounds a week, then 6, 10 months down the road, I'll be looking pretty damn good. But if I keep doing this back and forth with, I work hard during the week and I know I'm going to have a 2-pound loss, and then I reward myself on the weekend for doing so well during the week, and then I get a 0 loss, I'm not going to get anywhere. And all that bitching and moaning that I did about my band not working for me, you know, eventually the band will work for me, but until then, I need to work for me. You know, I have to address these serious mental issues and how deep they run. And how am I going to make the changes? And what am I going to make the changes? And some of the things that I wrote down is I have to start thinking about the hold that food has on me. I think about it way too much. I use it for reward, socializing. I would love to reach a point where food is just fuel for my body. I would love that that became habit rather than the thoughts of it consuming my day. I feel like I have so many emotional issues. I mean, my life is a freaking roller coaster, and the last 6 months have just, I can't even begin. But this is not a therapy session, so I'll try and stick to the topic. But what I wrote down is that I feel like I'm filling the holes in my heart with food, which is making it more difficult for me to achieve my goals. Again, self-sabotage. Maybe subconsciously, but still self-sabotage. I'm trying to start changing my thinking, and I started to write down what motivates me. What are the things that motivate me, so when I'm feeling unmotivated, I can turn to those, look at my list, and see what might make me happy that I can go do. And I'm trying to, when I find myself reaching for food when I'm not truly physically hungry, I now have to start and really make an effort to say, what am I feeling and why do I want to eat this? What am I feeling that makes me want to eat this? There's going to be a lot of issues that I know are there. But man, I don't know. I'm also trying to identify triggers. Whether it be a certain food that triggers me, there's definitely certain people that trigger me. And I've already identified there's certain people I just cannot eat with, because every time I'm with them, it's like a food fest. And it's not healthy. I can't have it. I need to be firm, not only with others, but with myself, about what I can and can't be doing. And that I need to keep the big picture in mind. I really want nothing more than to be healthy. I'm not looking for a particular size. I want to be healthy, and I want to feel pretty. I think every woman wants that. I think it's realistic and reasonable that I want this. But now I have to figure out, what am I willing to do to get that? And I hate the whole, I feel like I have to deprive myself to get that, but I have to figure out a way mentally to not feel deprived and still achieve and attain that. So I guess, hopefully I haven't jumped around too much. I need to start prioritizing what's important. I need to come to grips with a lot of emotional issues and not transfer addiction, but deal with this food addiction. I'm not sure how, but I'm definitely going to ask for help to do it. Also, the East Coast meet and greet was canceled. I'm not sure if all of you know, and it was rescheduled for October 1st in Atlantic City again. So I'm really looking forward to that. It gives me 4 more weeks or 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks to lose some weight, feel better. And I saw on Facebook, one of the things that I've joined, one of the groups that I've joined had a challenge, a 12-week challenge. They said it's 12 weeks till Thanksgiving. How much weight can we lose? And I've also been watching other videos, and oh, I forget her name. I Praise Him, I think it is. She has a September 10-pound challenge, 10-pound loss in September. I'd like to try and do that. It's not going to be easy, but I'd like to give it a shot. And I feel like if I can do that, I'd feel a sense of accomplishment, and it'd give me a jump start. I've been waiting to catch up on some bills. I'd like to buy an iPod to download the Couch to 5K. I definitely see my endurance getting better, and a main goal that I've been working for physically is to get back to boxing. You know, boxing is not something I can go back to and get started from zero. You have to be in shape before you can get there. Otherwise, forget it. You'll just be throwing up throughout the whole workout. So maybe in a couple more weeks, I can build up enough to where I can at least start. I won't be able to do everything at boxing, but as long as I get started, I know that that will trim and shape my body, and that will be burning some serious calories. And that's the other thing. I track all my calories and everything that I put in my mouth, eat and drink, and I'm definitely eating more calories than I should. And I wasn't paying, I'm inputting everything, but I wasn't paying close enough attention to the numbers. So I'm definitely taking in too many calories, and I did get my fill, and although I don't feel full ever, my band must be starting to work a little bit, because I've had a couple of soft stops, and it's reminding me now I have to chew. You know, I can't take these huge bites. I have to chew. So I can still eat anything. Maybe I need to make better choices. Well, I do need to make better choices. I need to be more honest with myself, and just keep telling myself, what do you want, and how bad do you want this, and what are you willing to do? So one more thing before I go. I'm sorry that this is so long. I know I've talked about this book before. If any of you are interested, especially those of you that are just starting, it's called Bandwagon by Jean McMillan, and it's got a ton of information that's just terrific. I wish I would have gotten a hold of this prior to surgery, but it's still informative and helpful post-surgery. So thanks for listening, guys. Love to hear feedback, and hope you all have a great week. Bye.